Hello, everybody. It is I, Stippling Vaughn, and you can tell from the background noise I'm at my usual dive bar working hard. Please remember to like and subscribe so that way you can continue to discover as I create images only with dots using the inking method of stippling. And as you can see, I don't use rapidios. I only use 102 dip pens. Sometimes I use some calligraphy pens, but by and large, the 102 is my inking tool of choice. So, and so everybody has by now knows about the Tampa Bay Comic Con and how everybody who went there had so much fun, so much buzz was generated from it, and everybody had a great time. I myself, I was looking at that going how this is what really Comicsgate needs. First and foremost, there's a lot of people who are taking sides with this whole S&M bondage club that a bunch of comic skaters went to. I myself, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, you want to see these people, everybody, all of us, out having fun at these cons, and not just at the con. You think about how, like, a lot of us, we talk to each other and we get to know each other in some ways. We become acquaintances, brothers in arms, if you will, at these shows, or I should say online. But it's completely different when we get to see each other face to face. And I myself seen so many, not just creators but fans, out at the club, out at Graham Nolan's cigar and whiskey Hawaiian shirt gathering. I like them. I like them a lot. And really what it comes down to is, and I've heard this from, I think Billy Tucci's the one who's really said how, like, in the past when you'd go to cons, the creators afterwards, they would in the evenings go out drinking with each other. And basically what they do is they'd go out and they'd hit the bars with what representative from what company is here, and which basically just schmooze them and hustle, use it as a means to hustle for work. And that used to be the model. Now with YouTube and these creators talking directly to the fans themselves, it's even more imperative for these creators when they go to these shows to be like, hey, after the show in the evening, on Friday evening, I'll be at such and such bar if you want to join me. Okay? It's changed that now the person that they need to be wooing is no longer the executives at Marvel and DC, because as it was mentioned offhand, and it wasn't said directly to me, it was two creators talking to each other, and they were just talking openly. They weren't speaking in hushed tones. They were speaking openly in front of me while I was there to get them to sign my books. And they were all talking how, like, they do a better job and they make more money living off of commissions than they do working for mainstream. And how basically they're all talking basically how they price themselves out. I look at it as like, if that's the case, then these artists that are now living off commissions or living off the conventions, they need to see where the model is shifting, and they need to use these opportunities to interact with their fans, because if anything, think about it. The fans are the backers. The fans are their new employers. Okay, so going out and having fun with these, with the fans, that's how you're going to be able to progress and strive. Because think about it. If you're living off the con circuit and you're living off of the glory days of when you worked at Marvel and DC, and some of these artists that I talked to, when you look them up here, they were only in the business for like 5 years, and now they're charging like $5 a signature at these shows, and they're hoping to get someone to they're hoping to like make money off of their signature because it was a Superman book. They're hoping someone will buy their Superman print. They're not selling themselves to hey, I've got a book in the works, I'd like you to back it. As Jimmy Palmiotti said, one of the greatest things about doing your own stuff is when you have an active campaign at the show and you're talking to these two fans and you talk to them about the new campaign or the new book that you're working on and they get excited about, you can get them to pull their phone out and back it right there in front of you. He said that. He's done that at shows. And this is where I see where Comicsgate already creating a community online, just as how you're watching this video online. Okay, going to these shows, we as fans, many ways, are becoming ambassadors ourselves for the indie scene, because we're the ones going to the shows. We're the ones who like talk. And think about it: if person A and person B goes to a show, and they go up to a creator, and the creator sees me approaching, and they know exactly who I am, and they're calling me out, and they're like, hey, it's great to see you, and we just start talking, okay? Many times, you're going to have that person who's standing there, person A and person B, going, oh, wow, look, they really know each other. How can I become that person that the creator will know? And that's where we as ambassadors, if they start talking to us and you tell them about how I follow them on YouTube and they really entertain me and they put on a really good show, we ourselves are becoming the ambassadors. So with these events that these creators are in Comicsgate are creating, to like, hey, let's hang out after the show. Let's hang out. You're in town, you're staying the night. Hey, where are you staying? Where are you planning on having dinner? Let's go have dinner together. Let's go out and have some drinks. That type of thing. Okay, that's where we can. Think of it this way: we as fans, not just becoming ambassadors, we can help recruit more fans to Comicsgate by the creator we're with. Okay, so if we're out if Andy Smith's out at a show and there's this person that likes Andy Smith, and we're like, well, don't you know he has his own show? Oh my gosh, his show is so good. He's doing the quarter. Yeah, you don't know he's doing this new campaign. It closes soon. Here, pull out your phone. Let me show it to you. That type of thing. So that way, you're helping generate buzz for these creators. Because I do see how a show like Tampa Bay, I can see, and now PTP did a lot of hard work, and he did a lot of work to get a lot of, like, I won't say goodwill, but a lot of promotion, not just for the big names, but for unknown creators to the normal fan. Okay, like Michael Bancroft, Rainey, Kelsey, they're big names to us within Comicsgate, but they're not big names to the average fan. And that's where I really do applaud PTP. And so if you have the chance, he has a campaign right now out, the Johnny Phantasm Zorro story. I would check it out. I believe his Johnny Phantasm campaign might still be out. I'd check that out too. I don't think Legends of the Seekers is available for backing anymore, but he really does deserve. He gets a lot of shit. He gets in some of it, in my personal opinion, Uh, he brings some of it on himself because of how he pushes back at stuff. But he did put a lot of work and effort into that show, and a lot of creators need to be thanking him in the means of helping promote his campaigns, because he did a lot for them by having them at his table. I hope a lot of these creators in turn next year will get their own table, so that way they can help expand. Because think about it, Comicsgate was centered around essentially 3 booths. By having Rini and the Diaz brothers with their own tables next year, now let's say Rini's going to have like Joe Ball at her table for a few hours each day, or instead of having Rini at PTP's booth, Eric Huffles can be at PTP's booth, because Eric Huffles has done a lot for Comicsgate with creating the little muscle figures. I look at where it's like, hey, we need more. He needs more exposure, so he has the potential to expand and increase his business, so he can be even more successful. So I look at where it's like, I do see where Tampa was a big success. It takes growth. Last year, it was just Graham and Billy at the Garden State Comic Con. This year, it was 4 of the bros, and it was Ethan. Let's get more. Hopefully next year we have all 6 bros. That would be completely, utterly awesome. But if we could get more of other Comicsgate creators there, and for more normal fans, like, because think about it, if you got a lot of people around a table, it generates buzz. The other people are like, what's going on at this table? Oh wow, and you're like, oh, you don't know about Mark Polton? Oh my gosh, this book, Loose Threads, he did, it is so cool. It's about, think of how, like, what happens to those TV shows you really love when they're canceled. Well, this is where it is, where they go to this limbo area, and then they've decided to enter the real world to find out why their shows were canceled, try to get them brought back, that type of thing. If that's not your, well, here's one. Here's Black Owl. Here's Sea Dog. Check these titles out. He does a great job, and maybe he's got an active campaign that he can be like, hey, no, check out this campaign he's doing. Oh, you go over here, get his work, sign up for his campaign. It's launching next week. It's going to be really cool. The only way Comicsgate can really grow outside of the person that stumbles across us on YouTube land is at these shows. And remember, a healthy economy leads for healthy growth. So we need to be growing not just with the YouTube presence, we need to be growing with our presence at shows. If it means that we can get, maybe there's a creator out there and he's just had like $10,000 campaigns at Kickstarter, and he doesn't really, he's afraid of Comicsgate because of he thinks Comicsgate revolves around Ethan and John Malin. Well, no. Here, you never heard of Michael Bancroft? Oh my God, you have to check out Michael Bancroft. Look at what he's doing with his book, The Lucent. That is what we need. We need in some ways, we need even more smaller creators with a healthy track record joining the fold, getting on streams. The more streams we have, yes, does it create overlap? Does that mean that a show that was getting 100 viewers is now getting 25 because there's 5 other shows out at the exact same time slot? Maybe. But we need growth, and not just growth from more big name creators. We need good ideas, and some of these creators out there have good ideas, and they need to be aware of the possibility of how they can grow their business with Comicsgate and with having a YouTube presence. So, just think about it. What if we got like even more people? So Clint Holinsky's show on a Sunday night is not just him and Rob Hunter. What if there's a Jack Abrams? Okay, I'm making up that name. Jack Abrams has a book called Angel, and he gets a really good rapport with Clint Holinsky. And next thing you know, he's on their show, and the more people you have on a show, many times, the better the quality of the show, as opposed to one person, like this video is. That's the reason why I enjoy being on the chat so much, is because I get another opinion, so I'm not in a bubble with my opinion. I hear what they say, and many times it's like, okay, I see what you're saying. I don't necessarily agree with your opinion, but I do see what you're saying. Or, oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's a good idea. Let me expand upon that, because I hadn't considered that angle before. So, I think I'm very strong with my belief that the more creators we have, can it result in some creators not getting the same amount of funding as others? That's always going to be the case, folks. So I look at where it's having more creators, more fans, benefits everybody. Because remember, these regular people, the only thing that they're going to shows, and the only thing they want to do is get all their issues of Flash and Superman signed. Eventually, they're going to need something else to read, and so we can bring more people into the fold. So if we are able to get more of the regular fans involved with shows, with interacting with them because of the fun that we're having at cons with these after parties, it helps everybody out. So, and like I said, if it means that you're having a cigar with Graham, or you're dancing your face off at a club, great. In fact, I really liked the fact that there was such a strong presence at the nightclub, because for me, it shows that Comicsgate isn't just a bunch of old men complaining like, well, back in my day, the Silver Surfer was like this, and now he's like this, and Batman used to fight crimes, now he talks about how the insurance company will take care of the rioting and the riots. Okay. Having so many kids, so many Comicsgate fans there at the club, dancing their faces off, having a grand old time, it shows that there's youth within the community. And I love it, because that is one of the things that this community needs to grow and survive, is not just grow with a fan base, but get that younger fan base in, so that they know that, hey, you're really becoming disappointed with Superman and Batman because of the artwork or because of the messaging. Hey, we've got the story for you. We've got the scene for you. So, I've given my 2 cents. I'm going to finish up working on this. Probably about just work right here in this cheek area. And then I'll be moving on, and I'll be doing my Stippling Sunday, my time-lapse video, where I'll be working on the horror creatures. I finished up doing the, here, let me bring it over so you can see it. So this is the piece I'm working on for the time-lapse videos. You can see we've got the Pittsburgh Green Man, we got the West Virginia Mothman, I've got a skeleton here, we got the German Dutch wheel that's prevalent in Pennsylvania. This here Okay, there's called Devil's Turn out by Pittsburgh, and there's a supposedly at the one like sharp turn, people have said that they've seen a ghostly woman who's needing a ride home. So that's what that is here. And that's the reason why you take a look out here. We've got like really hard lines for the mummy, but in here, inside where the ghost would be, it's been broken up. So then we have, of course, in Pennsylvania, we do have Route 666. So we got that right here. I think I might work on that. I think I might work on the covered bridge today. I don't know. I might not. Probably will. Or what I might just do is I just might work on the girls dancing around the fire. So I want to work on this area up here before I work down here and work on the pixie with the butter knife, the Pittsburgh monster, which was basically a very large snapping turtle. We got the Jack Daniels, we got the garden gnome, and the garden gnome, as you can see, he doesn't like fairies. So the fairies are going to retaliate against him. So, and of course, you take a look at the face of the garden gnome. He's shit-faced. He's big-time shit-faced. So that's one thing I got to finish over here. Is I got to finish the boneyard of fairy skeletons. So, but I'm gonna work on that next, so you can see that when I do the time-lapse video. But until then, remember everybody, life is stressful, and that's why you take it all one dot at a time.